With Space Jam: A New Legacy coming out July 16th, 2021, which of course I'm looking forward to because if you haven't noticed, I am a fan of Space Jam. This is just one of my Space Jam shirts that I have, along with the movie, and I also got the soundtrack on CD and on Spotify, and I have the PS1 game as well. But, speaking of Space Jam, one of the questions a lot of people have is, who's going to be on the Toon Squad besides, of course, LeBron James? What Looney Tunes are we going to get? And honestly, if you look at the teaser footage that's been released, courtesy of this promotional collaboration between Microsoft and Warner Brothers, where they want to get fans involved with the creativeness to create a game based on the movie, you kind of see who's going to be part of it. And what's interesting about this is, mainly what I'm trying to say is what's interesting about this is you notice you're going to get a lot of the original team members, cast members, as far as the Looney Tunes go, when it comes to the Toon Squad, with a few additions. One, of course, is Penelope Pussycat. And in this film, according to Wikipedia, she will be voiced by Trish McNeely, the voice actress who's currently voicing Dot in the Animaniacs reboot, known to voice Gadget in Rescue Rangers, and known to voice Babs Bunny in Tiny Toon Adventures and possibly Tiny Toons University, which is upcoming. So, yeah, basically she'll be voicing Penelope, and it's not the first time I think she's voiced her. I think she voiced her in Carrot Blanca, the parody of Casablanca, so it's nothing really new for her. Now, of course, Lola, like I said, is going to be part of this because she's one of the original team members that's coming back. But also another new team member is Gossamer, the red hair monster. He's going to be part of this. It's going to be interesting to see, how he plays out. But then what's also interesting is Granny this time is going to be a player on the team as well. Now, to correct 3C Films on something they said during their video about this, Granny was a cheerleader originally in the first one, not a player. In fact, she told Wayne Knight's character as such when he showed up to try to bring Michael back to the real world so he wouldn't upset his boss of the Barons minor league team. So yeah, she was a cheerleader then, but now it looks like she's going to be a player. And the question is exactly what her role will be. And my speculation is she's going to be in the same kind of situation like, let's say, Elmer and maybe a little bit of Tweety. Like, basically you look at her and you think, oh, she's frail, she's old, she's not going to be a problem. And yet, bam, out of nowhere, she surprises you by basically showing you that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Like, we remember that iconic Air Elmer scene, during the second half of the game in the first movie before, Swackhammer called timeout. Could we see that out of Granny in this one? So, be really interesting. But what's interesting also about this is the omitness of Pepe from the lineup. Yeah, Pepe Le Pew, even though Wikipedia and other sites still indicate he's in the film, in this teaser footage, he was not seen as part of the team. So you got to wonder if that's maybe a mistake on their part, or maybe they wanted to showcase some of the newer members of the team, and they had to omit him out for the time being. Because there are some characters, like the mouse, I think his name's Sniffles, or something like that, that Toon Mouse, that was played a little bit but got squashed by a basketball by one of the Monstars. He wasn't in the lineup either, so you have to wonder if maybe they just omitted, Pepe along with some other tunes that might be on the squad because they just want to focus on some of the newer members or the newest additions to the team going forward into this film that might get more focus. So I'm thinking that might be the case if he's still listed as being in the movie. The other speculation is that maybe he'll be the announcer, like the two mice were during the first film where they announced the lineups for the Toon Squad and the Monstars. You have to wonder if maybe that's what the role Pepe will be playing, and if maybe, just maybe, he's going to be playing that role, and that they're putting him in that position to where when he announces Lola and mostly Penelope, he starts being a little flirtatious, with them. You have to think maybe that's why, he might have that position, if you know what I mean. But overall, from what I can tell, the tunes look really good. The animation is a little bit more softer than what it was in the original. I mean, you could tell that, the characters were animated over some green screened players, people that were playing the game, on the green screen court with Michael in the original. So you can kind of tell that, but you can also tell that when it was not playing, according to some behind the scenes footage, they had green screened figures, like model figures of the characters next to Michael, where he would try to communicate with them, and they would draw off that. So, so yeah, it's going to be like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. They're probably going to do the same stuff, but the technology has advanced a little bit more. But yeah, it looks really like I said. The character animation looks a lot smoother, a lot more, finessed wise. Not like I said, not so blatant. Computer, drawn over the computer green screen and all that. It looks more fluid. Looks more like you could really be in, the movie, be interactive with the characters, and not have to rely so much on green screen. But overall, it looks really good. The plot sounds all right. We'll see how it works out during the movie and if it does make sense. I mean, the fact that it's got to deal with them going through all the Warner Brother properties and everything, and thus it's going to include cameos from all the Warner Brother owned characters like The Mask, Pennywise, Joker. It's going to be fun to see. And that's really all I can say on it. I can't say any more, but again, as far as like Pepe's role in it and Penelope being on the team, again, he still could be part of the team, but he'd probably be put in that announcer position if he's not. And I can see maybe why, because of course we're in a PC world now, and things that like what Pepe used to do is not, okay. Which would explain why now they've kind of switched it up to where Penelope's madly in love with Pepe and vice versa. So maybe that might work. Who knows? It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see what they do here, and maybe we might get a lustful milk gag out of the two females. Who knows? When they see LeBron, or they get a kiss from Bugs or Pepe. Who knows? Again, that's just mere speculation. Not saying they probably will. They probably won't, but who knows? I know I just said that a lot, but it's going to be really intriguing. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be really intriguing, and I cannot wait to see, how it turns out in the end. Whether I see it at home here on my 4K television or I see it in the theaters, all I'm going to say is it's got my attention. It's got me invested, and I cannot wait to see how it works out. And again, I think Penelope's on there because Penelope and Granny are now players along with Lola to kind of make it more equaled out, more of a quality thing. And I think that's great. You might even get a girl power. Not saying this is a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing. We might get a girl power moment in there because of that. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and that's all I can really say. But let me know what you guys think. What are you looking forward to when it comes to Space Jam: A New Legacy? What are your thoughts on Pepe either being on the team or being placed in another role, like maybe the announcer for the starting lineups? How do you think he'll be portrayed there? And what are your thoughts on Penelope being in there as a team member now? Along with Granny and Lola. Do you think it's a good idea to put them in there? Make it more equality, more equal, and thus potentially give us that girl power moment, which I'm all for. I'm not against that. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care. But again, let me know what you guys think. Also, who do you think might guest star in there cartoon-wise that isn't on the team? Do you think we might see the Animaniacs of 2020 in there? Do you think we might see the Tiny Toons of Tiny Toons University in there? What do you think? I think we might see the Animaniacs, the Warners, out of maybe any characters. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Comment if you like, and I am out.